all for joining. Thank you, Pinky, for you are sitting very far away in a very remote place, but you are really being enterprising to do something so difficult in today's times that network is so bad. But you are trying, and others are also joining in. And I've seen the interviews, or rather the charcha which you have had with other people. It has been
Yeah, yeah.
so open-ended from your end, but with as regards my conversation with you, first is I'll not waste any time, neither yours nor
Hmm.
anybody else, because there are viewers who are exhausting their data packs. So I'll not waste
Yeah.
anybody's time. Let's start with the last question, the most difficult one, and then we'll come down to the easier ones.
Okay. So yes, Mark bhai, what do you think about the current scenario of the DJing fraternity, the so-called fraternity, which I don't think is a fraternity actually, because everybody is working for themselves. There's no kind of the so-called bhaichara, or everybody is trying to pull each other's leg. How do you think that these things can be resolved, or do you think that it's not necessary?
See, the two things which I want to tell you. First is the current scenario is a scenario which is not current but has been going on for, let's say, about 10 years now. It is not because of COVID or not because of Corona or not because of any government or anything like that. It has been going on for some time. But I feel that COVID changes everything in the way ahead. It is a new world today. Bhaichara, which was not there, has to come in now, without which none of us can survive. I, as a lawyer, or as a DJ, or as a VJ, or as an MC, or as a owner of sound and light equipment, if we don't work with one another right now, there is no way ahead. It's a full stop. That is one. The second thing is that I find that it is a golden opportunity for everyone who is fresh to the profession, like anybody who has just joined, who has just picked up the skill of DJing or VJing, or who has just become a young MC like you were many years back. It is
Mhm.
right now, COVID is a level playing field. Everybody has been reduced to equal. If I was at 50, I am at zero. If somebody else was at 100, he's at zero. If you were at 10, you are at zero. It is a level playing field for all of us in today's date.
True.
So going ahead, it is a very, very good time, but without depending on each other, without having a goodwill for each other, there will be no future for any of us left. It is a cooperative system for the next 5 years at least. That is one. Second thing is that you said that so-called bhaichara. Let me tell you, I have had an opportunity for mingling very closely, including in the business of
Mhm.
DJs out of Orissa, from other states, from people who have been on the frontiers, who call themselves so-called India superstar number one, so on and so forth. I don't believe in that concept, but let me tell you, their lives are also as difficult as our lives are. They are scrambling to get work. They are scrambling for every opportunity, maybe with a record label, maybe with somebody who wants to remix get their tracks remixed, maybe for any foreign shows. It is everybody is scrambling for work. So we are absolutely at an equal footing with everybody else. So I wouldn't say that we are in any way behind from anyone else. Now, let me put an example here. If we think that COVID or coronavirus and the great lockdown which has happened maybe in the first time in the past century, is something which will send us artists back 20 years. Let me bring you, Pinky, as well as some others who are in the present in our session. Let me bring you to a time of 29th December 2019, whereas many of us did not have work for 31st December. So coronavirus, this does not set us back in a big way. We were already on a back foot. International booking for superstar lawyers were not there. For superstar DJs were not there. National booking for us going to other states and performing was not there. In fact, some superstar international touring DJs set up a small barbecue party in their own, in their own flat or bedroom or something. And on 31st, they did a live stream. So we were already in a back foot prior to coronavirus. Of course, now we are all on zero. So we have a great opportunity to start from nothing and make ourselves into what we always dreamt of being. Yes, age might have gone back a few, the counter might have gone up a few digits, and some of us might have become a little less energetic than we were. But also the DJing software has become more, has become more intelligent. It knows what to do next and how to sync and how to, give some song for the next, which you have played and which you have not played. And especially, I feel that Pinky, anchors are going to be very much in demand in the coming time. Why? Because people will want to connect. So it is in every event, it is the anchor which connects the DJ to the crowd, the sound system to the crowd. The anchor is the face. So this 31st December, it is going to be very different. Please mark my words, record this entire session, have it on, notebook or anything that you have. It's going to be a very different world ahead.
So we talked about the current scenario and what we are going to face in the near future and what is going to be a big change in the near future. So let's talk about the field of DJing and the music. And I really wanted to know your experience, your thoughts about what is happening with the current club experiences. A lot of clubs are recently being opened up, but then the very next week or the third week, we see that some of them are already closed or not working properly, are actually facing a lot of troubles in having the crowd. And most of them actually demand this. We already had in the session, lot of people actually said कि आपको क्लब वाले कहते हैं कि आप अपना क्राउड लेके आओ और आप मतलब बिजनेस लाओ एंड ऑल, अगर बिजनेस नहीं लाते तो निकाल देते हैं. What about all those things, Bhai? How good was the club scenes earlier and what it is now, according to you?
I'll tell you, Pinky, I have been playing on and off from 2002. It is 18 years now. When I started off in Bhubaneswar, there were only two clubs. One it was known as the Blues. It had a previous name also, I cannot recall it. And one was Mayfair. Mayfair was not a club, it was just a bar which had a good sound system, or then it didn't remain a very good sound system, it became a normal sound system. And then there was Blues where Anshu Bhai used to play, and it was a great club. Now at that time, both these clubs had their regular customers. Like the Blues, Anshu Bhai used to have the XIMB people coming every weekend, every Saturday, Sunday, and even for birthdays and all. And they used to form his regular club. Now, those were the same people who gave him bookings for private events later. I remember that time. He's a very great guy. He has shared all his experiences with me. Whereas, while Mayfair was concerned, Mayfair had their fixed clientele for Saturdays and Sundays. We know that Saturdays, some people will come in maybe even till around 10, 10:30, 11 in the night, and they will dance, of course, till 12, 12:30 when the club closes. We never had any club system which went on very late. After that came the other clubs. Now, in the other clubs, we saw younger, or rather, I would say, a next generation of DJs like Tushar, like Partha, uh, like Ravi Bhaiya, all of them who took up these big clubs in Bhubaneswar, they built their own clientele. So I'm talking about the years 2007 to 2010-11. So these clientele, they know that Saturday, Sunday, this is going to be a great place to have a few drinks and dance and do whatever we want, and then have dinner and come back. So what happened after that was there was a huge mushrooming of clubs. Like every 2 3 months, we would hear that this is opening up and that is opening up and something else is opening up, and the DJ started moving. When the DJ started moving, the crowd got confused. Like, if I think of a good MC in Katak, Bhubaneswar, Odisha, one of the names that will first come to my mind would be that of yours. Whereas if I would think of going to a club, now I would be confused as to which DJ is playing at which club and who is a resident of which club there. Accordingly, I will judge my sound. So going ahead, clubs will have to understand the concept. They have to keep a resident. They have to pay their resident. Only when they pay their resident, the resident develops some feeling that the club is his own, that this is my crowd, this is my ground, ये मेरा इलाका है. Then he starts to develop the sound there. He develops his own playing style. Tomorrow he puts up a projector. After some days he asks the club to invest in an LED screen. Some clubs, I know many of the young DJs, they rallied behind them and got the latest sound and light equipment. So clubs have to work in tandem with the DJs. Clubs cannot tell DJs that you bring your crowd and then we'll pay you. Only if they pay the DJs can build the club in the time ahead, and everybody will understand, yes, this is a good club. This is a club which plays good Bollywood or good deep house or good progressive house, and we'll go there, we'll have a good time. So the clubs have to come forward, hold the hand of the DJ initially, and then the hand holding will happen from the side of the DJ. It doesn't happen the opposite way, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of that kind of an issue has to be there, one. And I would request DJs who are not getting paid by clubs, request them once, request them twice, for the third time leave. Don't play anymore. Let somebody else who is willing to play for free, let them take over. You go home, you work on your remixes, you work, if you don't know how to produce, you work on making your own playlists. I have never been of the concept that every DJ should be a remixer or producer. A DJ can just be a DJ. Even the Don of DJs, I'll not take his name, we call him the Don of Indian DJs. He's only a DJ. He doesn't know to produce, but his presence behind the console is something beyond which we can all operate. So similarly, if a club is not paying you, request them once, request them twice, the third time, go home, work on your Facebook profile, work on your Instagram profile, work on your playlists, send out updates of latest tracks which have been remixed by somebody whom you like, whose remixes you like. You will get work. This is my guarantee. You will definitely get work. Unless you are going to places and playing for free. If you are going to any place and playing or performing for free, it will happen once or it will happen twice. They will not call you for the third time. because they will take you for granted. Do not do that. Have some value on your head, because you are, at the end of the day, you are an artist. You are working hard in the night. You're working hard. You're listening to music. You're, at my time, as we used to sit throughout the night making CDs. In today's date, that much of difficulty is not there. You just make a pen drive, or you download the track to your hard disk, and you load it on the software and you play. So
Yeah.
work, don't work for free, be it for a club or a private client or a sound vendor or anybody. Do not work for free. If you want to showcase your skills, do it once, do it twice, but not for the third time. That's a golden rule, absolutely.
Okay. That's absolutely a great suggestion from a mentor like you, Bhaiya. And also, I would want to ask you this. Do you feel that currently the market has been a female dominant market in terms of choices?
I'll tell you of a story. I know, I'll not take the name. A certain female DJ went across outside India to perform. It was not on an artist visa, it was on a tourist visa. Uh,
Hmm.
she booked about 10 shows, and the client told her that you are a famous female DJ and nothing can happen to you. Your fan base is huge and people keep booking you so many times. Nothing can happen to you. Don't be worried at all. You just come across. She went across, performed there. The country, somehow, the law enforcement agency came to know about that, and she had to be deported. It is a very sad thing. She had to be deported from that country. She should have also gone to and challenged that promoter as to why this happened. Anyhow, I say that the female DJs or the female MCs or the female performers are always equal, as long as you know what sound your crowd wants. Now, if I walk into a private party which I am organizing at a club in Cuttack, I know most of the people, I know what they listen to, I know what they hear in their cars and in their mobile phones and in their Walkmans and all that. I know what I have to play. If a female DJ flies in from any of the metro cities, she will definitely have half a dozen good remixes which she has got produced in her name or something. But that finishes in the first 15 minutes of the set. The rest 45 minutes or the rest 60 minutes, it's just people trying to jump on the floor, nothing else. So there it is, an absolute equal footing. Male DJs, female DJs, both work hard. They are working hard in today's date, and also going ahead, there will be no differentiation. Everybody just has to be strong and know their crowd. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Bhaiya, also I really wanted to like talk about this to many a person, but a lot of them actually became very hesitant towards this. So currently, the club scenario, whatever was there post COVID, lot
Pre-COVID,
of
you
like
mean?
yeah, pre-COVID, yeah, pre-COVID, lot of people, lot of clubs actually hired those DJs who did not had the proper knowledge or were not skilled enough, I can say, or were not prepared enough, and they took them for like couple of months, 1 or 2 months, and then because of their playing, of course, क्योंकि अगर आप skilled नहीं हो तो ज़्यादा दिन टिक नहीं सकते, आपको निकाल दिया जाएगा, and then they remove them. So why to let anybody like टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ यू, एंड अगर आप नहीं जानते तो खुद ही से मत जाओ जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ मनी और वट एवर मे बी द रीजन you join a place and then you don't justify the crowd, you don't justify the ambience, and then all of a sudden you are being removed. What about that? Do you think that this is what everybody should do, or like they should
About
first
being,
prepare themselves?
I think no DJ has, it should not happen to any DJ across the world that he or she is removed from their residency. In the same way that you would never want to be removed from your house, Your house is your own house. It's your home where you rest, where you eat, where your life goes on. Similarly, no DJ would want to be removed from their residency in a club. I always compare the residency of a club to the residency of one's own home. That is your own space. But when the club starts giving you offers that if you are unable to bring in footfall, we would have to remove you, your first option there would be to tell the club that I am merely an agent between the club and the crowd. I make the clubbing experience better. The clubbing experience is a combination of various things. The first thing is the ambience of the club. The second thing is the food. The third thing is the liquor, and the fourth thing might be in different, in a different list. But might be the first thing is also the DJ, the sound. But when I say that the sound of a club, I mean that the kind of music that they play, not the quality of speakers, whether you use JBL or something like that. But when a club makes such a awkward remark at a DJ that you bring in your own people, else we have to remove you, the best thing for the DJ would be to tell them that since I am unable to bring in the people that you want, I am removing myself. I am removing myself. I am going back to my home. I will prepare my playlists. I will prepare my social media. I will run my own campaign till I get private work or another club hires me at my terms and conditions. But if you have this gun at my head that you will remove me if I can't bring in crowds, that is 50%. I would say that is not correct. But yes, every club DJ who is running a club, who rather is running a club residency, should always reach out to bring in people. Like I have seen there are various DJs of Bhubaneswar, whenever they are playing on Saturday night in a club, they just put up their mobile and start a Facebook live. So people know that this guy is playing here and this is the kind of music and this is the kind of club people that are coming in. And if I see something on Facebook Live tomorrow, if I go to Bhubaneswar, I might think, yes, Partha is playing at Pal Heights, and right now he would be dropping some good Punjabi numbers. I'll go. I'll have a good time. So interaction, how the DJ markets himself and his residency is up to him. Now tomorrow, again we'll go back to the example of me and my house. If I tell my neighbor that my house is a clean place, I have good drinking water, and if you come here, I can give you some nice snacks, my neighbor will come to my house. If I tell him that if he thinks that my house is a very dirty house and does not have proper facilities and is not a very inviting place, he will not come. So always compare your residency to your own home, and there you will find the solution.
Yeah, true. Okay. Even I have seen भैया कि जब हम क्लब के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो this also comes to my head कि lot of those DJs don't want to sign a bond. Do you suggest them to sign a bond or don't sign a bond to any club that you are playing?
I would say take a mid path, start playing there, see what kind of club it is. Like tomorrow you sign a bond and you see that the club owner is allowing in his own guests at 11 p.m. and they stay till 2 a.m. The door is closed from outside and they are causing trouble on the dance floor, and you are having to play for them for just because they're the owner's friends, and you are already on a bond and you are unable to move out from there because you're on a contract, then it would be dangerous for the DJ. Whereas if a DJ goes in tomorrow to a club and the club doesn't want to sign a bond immediately and says that, okay, you play for 1 month or you play for 3 months and we'll think about it 3 months later. 3 months is the absolute critical period for the DJ that he has to bring in the crowd. once he brings in the crowd through only social media. Nobody has to go to anybody's home, or nobody has to go to any go to other clubs or to the road to call in people. Just promote your own club and your own music through social media, and once you see the footfall, start sitting on the management of your club, sitting on the head of the management, that you sign a bond with me. Else, there are other people who are giving me good offers, or I can start my own business. So the bond should, the negotiation of the bond should come barely about 1 to 3 months after a residency begins. But yes, you are correct, there has to be a bond.
True. Okay. Now I would definitely want to know a bit about your journey as a DJ. Like, how did that start? And like, initially, I knew when you started, there were not much of a technology. Then, during that time, how did you used to prepare yourself and all?
See, my journey with DJing has been merely the journey of pushing the technological envelope. How I would have better technology, better sound, a better experience. My first shows I used to play on virtual DJ. I did not have a laptop, so a friend of mine who is still a very close friend, both of us used to carry a full-fledged computer monitor. We didn't have LCDs at that time. A full-fledged computer monitor and a CPU and a UPS, and go to various dandiya events and small wedding events and play there. Then with time, my father was very forward thinking with regards to my passion of being a DJ, and he bought me a CDJ 200 and a Gemini mixer. That was the best we could afford then. And it started, and I just kept on going ahead and ahead. Then there was sound vendors. Some sound vendors came up very well. They started purchasing equipment. So my understanding was, first, how to get better equipment and keep improving the experience of small private events. My events have always been small, not exclusive, but small, because I didn't have big contacts, I didn't have big connections. So I had small events, playing at some Sangeet, some playing at some wedding, playing at something here. I've even played for a 21 days ceremony for a child, wherein the entire crowd was sitting on chairs and just looking at me. But my constant thing was to just push the envelope of technology, and slowly, while pushing the envelope of technology, I got to know more sound vendors, more people came to hear me. A radio station approached me that, do you want to play on Saturday nights for us? And I said, yes, I can do that. It's very difficult playing for a radio station because they have their policies, and then there is the copyright, and it's very difficult, and it's every set cannot be more than 14 and a half minutes. So you have to make your sets into various sections of 14 and a half minutes. And then suddenly I came to see that people all over the state began to recognize me. A very important event which really changed my life was that when I one day I was playing at a Sangeet somewhere in Bhubaneswar. So there were very affluent people at the Sangeet. Some were lawyers, some were officers. So I finished my set, and I have a difficulty that I don't like to eat in front of my client. I feel shy. I feel very shy. I feel that सब मुझे देख रहे हैं and all that. So what happened is, I came out to my vehicle to load my mixer and my CDs and to leave the place. So there I saw that a bunch of drivers are on one of the cars. The sound system is blaring, and I said, I have heard this voice before. When I went close to the car and saw that it was my own voice, which was the radio show, was playing my own radio show. So when I saw that inside I am playing for some clients, outside people who cannot afford to be in that party are enjoying my music through a different medium. That is where I had an absolute breakthrough in my career, and I took things ahead in a very big way. So always look for the small happinesses. There are sometimes when a DJ is playing and a young, very small kid who's just learned to walk is dancing on the dance floor. That is an experience which will remain with you and go in your memory for a long time, rather than when there are 50 people or 30 couples jumping on the dance floor. So look for the small things, and the big things will come after that.
Absolutely. Uh, you had a wide journey, bhai. Like you have been working for national DJs, international names, and all. So how did that happen to you? Like when was your first breakthrough for a like national level, or can be said an international level?
First and foremost, I must make it clear that till today I do not have a passport. I've never traveled internationally or played internationally. So maximum I have gone. I have done some shows nationally. How that happened is because I was good friends with DJs who were on the national circuit at that time, or they are still on the national circuit. They have also become international DJs. I still don't have a passport. So they asked me that, okay, do you want to come to my city and play? And while I do another show on the same day, I said, definitely, I'll be able to do it. So it is basically your own friends who will call you over. And how to develop that friendship? That friendship is to support the DJs whose music you love. If let's say today we had Bapu on the show a few days back, I saw him. I really like his sound, his remixes, and he should be very proud that he's a very good remixer producer. So somebody whom you like, always stay in touch with them. Whenever they make a release, if you don't like the track, write to them that you didn't do this properly or this part was not nice. If you like the track, tell them the track is fantastic, and that way you build up a rapport. Just downloading and putting it in your set and playing it and having people dance on the floor is not the ideal way ahead.
Yeah. Now that's sound fair because you should actually maintain the relationship with the people whose track, whose creativity you are using for your work.
Absolutely, absolutely, and also the work that they are putting in to make the track. Let's say a lot of people always criticized me, or rather complimented me, that you play a lot of NYK remixes. Now, let me tell you, NYK is somebody who works very hard. He's sick. He's a very sick person in the sense that he gets cold and cough often, so he protects himself. You will always see him wearing a jacket. People think that that's part of his style, but he's protecting himself from cold and cough and other things. And so I always used to play, and whenever he makes a good track, I'll reach out to him and tell him, "You, this was nice. Iska drop acha tha. Iska intro acha tha." Or when he makes a track which I didn't like, I said that this time you didn't do a good job. आपने सही काम नहीं किया. But I always respected the work that he put in. Similarly, we developed a rapport. There's a similar rapport which I developed with Tejas, with Kaval, with what should I say? In present, I am very much in touch with Remy. So these people always reach out. Let me tell you. Let me show you one very nice example. Today, I think we are in our 42nd day of the lockdown, or 40th day of the lockdown, national lockdown. Remy has been playing 4 hours every day for every day of the lockdown. Like he plays 2 hours in the afternoon, he plays 2 hours in the night, and he does. It does not matter to him in the live at the side of the live counter. अगर 3 लोग है या 30 लोग है, he's saying he just keeps on playing and keeps on playing and keeps on playing, and slowly now people have developed an understanding that हाँ 2 से 4 से 6 ये हाउस म्यूजिक बजाएगा, और रात के 10 से 12 ये बॉलीवुड बजाएगा. So they know that they have to log on there. So there's a bit of a consistency which goes on there. So similarly, I think it is a very right time for us to develop the consistency. Right now, I'm telling you, in our live session between you and me, there are 7 people only, and there are maybe 10 comments or only 15 comments. But after about 3 months, when you go back to this video on your Facebook wall and you see the metrics of it, you will not be able to compare it to the 6. So you don't know which content is being consumed at what time. Somebody may be an early sleeper who wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do yoga, and he might be watching our interview at morning 8 while all of us are asleep. So
Yeah.
don't look at the counter as to how many people are viewing you. Just create content. Create content, put it out there. Pinky, I'm telling you, you mark my words. My name is also Mark. You can mark my words, mark Mark's words, that this artist, talk that you are having now, you, when you look back at the number of views you have got on it 1 year later, you can absolutely, you'll be shocked, because content is not consumed immediately. If something is produced and put out there, it doesn't go into the mouth immediately, or doesn't go into the ears immediately. Somebody somewhere, as in today's date, in Cuttack and Bhubaneswar, I've been getting complaints from evening as we have very slow internet speeds. So that's why my face has become a statue. But what I am saying and what questions you are asking me, a lot of people around tomorrow will listen to it and will be very happy about it, and might think of improving their business or their way ahead because of this. So don't at all see the counter. Forget the counter. I never looked at how many feet are there on the dance floor. I always look that my client is not coming to me to tell me, "Bhai band kar do, bahut ho gaya." That is where, right, that is where the yardstick lies.
True. So a lot of positive things, and in fact, some of those things which would help me in my career too. But still, just one suggestion for all the DJs out there who are working extremely hard for like space for a recognition. What would that be, Bhaiya, for the DJs, especially in Odisha?
I am, whatever I said from the beginning till now are only for the DJs in Odisha. I promote local talent very much. I am a person who is known as son of the soil. If I am a Katki, I like the Katak DJs. If I have work in Bhubaneswar, I will. If I cannot go myself, I will send somebody from Bhubaneswar. I'm very, I like to define my area very carefully. And please, all artists, what I'm going to say next, listen very carefully, because I've been studying the entire COVID situation, the economy, as well as the content and music scene together for the last few months. And let me tell you, as soon as social distancing norms are removed by the government, as soon as it becomes safe to step outside and have an event or open up clubs, you will not be able to handle the demand. Please keep this in writing. Prepare your tracks, prepare your sets, prepare your playlists and your controllers and your music and your hard disks. And for the MCs there, you have to prepare your jokes, and you have to prepare your, your new interactions, and how you will address people after COVID, how you will reach out to people and make them forget that COVID ever happened for the 1 hour, 1.5 hour that you are performing in front of them. But the demand is not going to be able to be handled. There will be too much of demand, because everybody is sick of staying at home, and everybody is sick of being in the monotonous watching the news and live feeds every day. They will want to party, they will want to go to a club, they will want to have private events. Might not be immediately, but in the coming 1 year. That is one. This is one suggestion. Second thing is that DJs and sound vendors, please stop trying to promote yourself as an event manager. If somebody asks you for a DJ, promote yourself. If you are not available, promote another DJ who is available in Cuttack, Bhubaneswar, Jharsuguda, Puri, Sambalpur, nearby you. Don't go to try promoting national DJs. You might make a quick buck. Like if you get in a national DJ, you might make a sum of 20,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees as a booking amount. But that client forgets you as a DJ and remembers you as an event manager. You lose your entire footing with that client. You can go to that client and tell them that try me, allow me to play, let's see how it works out, let's see how the crowd responds to my music, or let's see how the crowd responds to my juniors music, or my my associates music, or somebody who's associated with my team. Let's see. But stop being event managers, please. Promote your own talent. Don't go in for just promoting national talent for a single event, making a little extra money for once, but your own footing in that area is completely finished.
That is absolutely a correct one, and I really wanted people to talk about this. I'm so glad that you did, and all these
Yes,
things
sir.
were something that
I can
I
see
was.
the tears in your eyes, Pinky. I can see the tears in your eyes. I can understand. I can understand the pain. I can understand the pain. I can understand whom you are thinking of also, and which events you are thinking of, which time you are thinking of. I can understand, but request everybody, stop being an event manager, be an artist. Be an artist, enjoy the event. Instead of earning 20,000 rupees, earn 5,000 rupees, but go home smiling.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with this, Mark Bhai, I guess it would be 1 hour now. Instagram will buzz me now to stop the session, and it will stop automatically. So, before that,
Right.
I would really want to thank you for joining my session and giving me your time. And I believe this is very helpful for all of us. Actually, I share this on my page too on Facebook, and I would request all of you to watch it and also share it. Thank you so much, Mark Bhai, for joining.
Thank you, Pinky, and everybody who reached out to me to make this possible. Everybody is sitting at home, so there's nothing great for joining. Everybody has to be in the lockdown. But going ahead for the lockdown, I see a very positive time ahead, and we all must prepare for that time. Be ready.
Yes, Mark Bhai, Satish, DJ Satish, Partho, and all are online, and they are waving you a hi. And thank you for a wonderful session too. They are saying
Thank
also.
you all. Thank you. See you soon, and you can all reach out to me. You know my number. Reach out to me. Send me WhatsApp messages or Instagram, whatever. I will, whenever possible, I will reply, and we'll go ahead. It's a good time
Definitely.
ahead. Don't worry.